Hello everyone and welcome to Options Paycheck Live. I'm back with my portfolio and my trades. I'm solving the problem most investors face, how to beat the index and how to beat the market without taking reckless risks. I will show you today my performance and also I will discuss a little how it works and how I am beating the market. I sell cash secured puts on high quality companies, especially when I see the price going down. I use technical indicators to time my entries and to select the strike price, and I look at undervalued opportunities with the potential to 5 times or 10x in the upcoming years. You will see this in my portfolio as well. And when I buy stocks, I immediately turn them into cash flow machine by selling covered calls. I sell covered calls far enough to not be assigned, and if they are assigned, then I use the wheel strategy and sell cash secured puts. So portfolio performance last week, I collected premium of $320. Since April 2025, I collected already $6,600, and it means that annualized return on investment from premiums is 31%. Last week overview, you see that there were some changes in my positions. I sold Tesla shares and I took profits. I expected Tesla shares, the price going down, and we will go to the chart, but I assume you follow Tesla shares and you know that the price is falling. I discussed previously that they are in the innovation valley and what it means actually for the price. For Nvidia, no changes. I have 16 shares. I do not sell covered calls and I didn't sell any puts. For Gamestop, I was selling puts and calls and collected premium $121. And for Google, I had 2 covered calls contracts, and one actually got executed at strike price of $180, and I also collected premium of $200. My overall portfolio is $106,000, and you can see it's slightly higher than the previous week. The weekly change is 0.8%. It's not much, and the weekly change was actually a little worse than the index, but overall portfolio performance is 36% since April 2025, and it means I'm still beating Nasdaq, and I'm beating comfortably S&P 500 by 13%, almost 13%. If we go to my portfolio allocation, you can see that I have my position in Gamestop, and then I have some position at Google, and I have significant cash position. I sold the Tesla shares as I was expecting the price going lower, and it is actually happening. When we look at the details of last week, you can see that I had the option contracts on Google. So I had cash secured puts with the strike price of $177, and I earned a premium of $163. The cash secured puts were not assigned, but the covered calls that I had at the strike price of $180 were assigned, which is sort of good, because what has happened is, and let me just go to the Google chart, because you can see that last week I sold at 180 covered calls somewhere here, so it got assigned, and since then the price declined a little. I'm still waiting if the price will drop even more, and I could enter potentially position with the lower price, and again benefit from the price increase. I mean, for Google, I bought it somewhere here, right, 171 and maybe half, and so I got $8, almost $8 on each share, and so altogether it was like $800 profit on Google. I think it was, I hold the position maybe for 1 week or something like this. So it was a reasonably nice swing trade, and now I can enter the position even lower again. Gamestop, I sold covered calls with the strike price of $26.50, and it expired. Actually, this one got executed, this expired as well, and then I sold also puts for $23, and this expired worthless as well last week. So now let's go to the trades that I have, or open contracts that I have for this week. So for this week I have positions at Mistral. They are paying nice premium, and so I entered. I started to trade or open contracts for Mistral. I have covered calls for Google, covered calls for GameStop, and cash secured puts for GameStop as well. And actually, maybe a little bit of story for this week. I opened the Mistral cash secured puts on Monday with the strike price of $367, and as the price was going up, we can go to the chart, right? So as the price opened somewhere here, and then let me just remove this. And so originally I actually opened somewhere here, and as the Bitcoin, actually I have here Bitcoin, and as the price of Bitcoin is going up a little and potentially consolidating, I decided actually to move the strike price above, and so potentially I can get into the MicroStrategy position, and I would be selling covered calls. I collected a nice premium actually of $465 for this put with the strike price of $390, and you know, it's quite nice. It's nice return on investment. So that's why I decided actually to go for these options. And as I said, if I get assigned, I will just start selling covered calls. The premium is really nice, and it seems to be maybe even better than for Gamestop or Tesla, as we discussed before. Of course, Google has a low premium, but we can see for Delta, MicroStrategy has biggest premium, right? So you see here Nvidia, GameStop, Tesla, MicroStrategy. So the ones with the highest premium are obviously GameStop and MicroStrategy. Tesla would have nice premiums as well, but the price where I was comfortable with selling puts was quite low, and so therefore the money from premium would not be so attractive. You can see this. I was looking for strike price of or delta of 10, and for Tesla I was looking actually for way lower delta. I can go to the chart of Tesla and just show you how I was thinking about the trade. So look, if we look, so this is close of the week, right? And then when I was planning on Monday, I was thinking, well, I actually don't want to go higher than 260 because I thought if I go where the delta was maybe close to 290 or something like this, and then I was thinking like the price will get assigned, and honestly I think we are just in the declining move, and I think the price will be declining actually for Tesla even more. Really depends on the news, right, as I was saying previously, but whenever there is negative news, and as of now it's really the spectrum of news we can get, whether it's political or whether it's robotaxi or whether it's something else. It's quite range of news we can get, and so all of these news can send the price actually down. When I'm saying robotaxi, I'm aware that the robotaxi is launched in Austin. It seems to be working quite nicely, but there are videos that basically say there are issues with robotaxi. It's scaling slowly, right? And so unless or until we see some profits, there is a big chance that people will get discouraged, right? And will react to news, not necessarily discouraged, but will react to news as it's the only thing where you can really hold, and based on what you can assess your investment. And so I assume that the price is really moving in this main channel, right, which is like maybe 5 years channel. I started 19, even potentially 6 years channel. So it's moving within this one mostly, and it's theoretically possible that the price will hit again something like 180 or below 200 levels. We experienced this already in April 2024, and it's possible with this with the situation with the stock and what's happening around this stock, that we will see these levels again. And so the price is really declining, and I believe it will just keep declining for a few upcoming weeks. So this was for Tesla, right? For this reason that I expect the decline of price. I didn't want to go for higher strike price because I think it will go towards 200, and so I just didn't want to hold back for a long time. And so then I was deciding between Gamestop and Mistral, and originally I actually decided for Mistral for the strike price of 367, and in addition for Gamestop, right? So I had enough cash to sell one put for 367 strike price, and then cash for to sell 6 contracts for GameStop with the strike price $21.50. But then, as Mistral was moving, I decided actually that I can go a little bit more aggressive, and I rolled the put option to $390. Right, so basically here the price was basically going up. So now it declined a little, but during the day it was going up, and I checked also the prices of Bitcoin, and so I decided I will just go for 390, and we'll see what happened. I mean, now the price of Bitcoin seems to be consolidating. It might be actually that the price will start growing again, and but as of now, as it seems to be consolidating, I just decided to go more aggressively on Mistral and get higher premium. So so this is a comparison of premiums for the same delta or similar delta for multiple stocks. For Google, I sold covered calls with the strike price of $187, but honestly, I don't think it's going actually to this level this week. It's going in small cycles, up and down and up and down, a little bit to the side, but overall it seems to be following this channel, and so now we are a little bit below half of the channel, so might be that the price will turn again and will go up. Anyway, I don't expect really that the price of 187 will be reached, and I mean, and so for GameStop, I have also covered calls with the strike price of $25, and again, I don't think it will get executed this week. It seems that now we touched again 22.5 level, right? 22.6. It's similar as maybe 2 weeks ago. So we will see whether it will touch again and then go up. I mean, it's yeah, we will see. Long term, I think with the Ryan Cohen and the cash they have, and the new business model and the new business opportunities they have, this stock seems to be positioned well. And if I can get nice premiums, I will just do so. Right, so that's it. I think maybe one thing that is important to mention, or is good to mention, is, and it's sort of reflection, right, on the past days. It's sort of to log the profits, because I think with Tesla, that's what has happened, right? So I bought somewhere here at these levels. 290 was my purchase price, and then actually from there I had like over 20% gains maybe at the top. And while it's difficult to sell at the very top, I think there were better opportunities actually to lock some profits than where I did. I think one was 325, right, and then 315 the other one. So I think I could log the profits way better than I did before. And not always you don't get maybe lucky with the execution of course, as I got with Google, right? It got executed at 180, and then the price started to drop the week after. But yeah, I mean, it's good really to lock some profits, and maybe have cash really to sell secured puts again, and not be in this like constant move towards like the side move. It depends a little bit on the stock. I mean, for Nvidia, it seems to be a pretty different story, right? We are in the bullish market, and or bull market, and then the price seems to be just going up. Maybe last 3 days consolidating a little, but overall it goes in this channel. Let's see for how long. And but as of now, it really just goes up, and it would be actually not wise to lock the profits. But then you can set up stop loss, and if it actually drops outside the channel, you can potentially execute the sell with the stop loss. And that's one of the ways how you can secure the profits. But I think it's really important. I mean, one thing is to limit the risks, which you do with multiple things, right? Time is one factor to limit the risk. Stop loss and so on is another factor. To pick good stocks is yet another. But then also to log the profits, I think it's also important, like to assess what the stock can be doing really, and and log the profits. I mean, but it's interesting exercise, right? Because like, why, for example, I did not log the profits here on Gamestop? I mean, one could argue that actually here it's pretty difficult, because it's just few percent, right? So I bought actually somewhere with the blue line, and then I don't know what it was. It wasn't. Was it 10% at some point? Yeah, maybe. I was moving nicely within the channel, right? So yeah, here actually, here it was probably good chance to log the profit. However, it was end of the day. Yeah, maybe when I realized it's closing outside the channel, I could lock in the profits. Yeah, here would be the same, right? Few more days and then actually massive drop. So yeah, that's something for me to get better at, right? Really like letting the stock go when it goes up, but then locking profits when it's needed. Maybe we can look at Nvidia, and yeah, again, I mean here it would work actually nicely, right? Like working in this channel, and then if the stop loss would be just here at the bottom side, or maybe a little bit below, it would not get executed, and I would be just locking profits. And potentially, I mean, potentially you can also lock profits when you maybe go outside the channel, but then you limit the upside, right? So but here, like, if you are below the channel, then lock the profit and wait what will happen. I mean, for Tesla it was probably similar, even though you would not see the channel so easily here, or at least not the same as for Gamestop or Nvidia, or even Google, right? It's the same. Like the channel is here, and then we are just moving within this blue channel. All right. Good. So this was for today. You saw my open positions. You saw how I think about the trades, about selling options. You saw the performance as well. So if you like the content, please hit like. If you want to see how my portfolio perform in the future, subscribe, and you will get notified about my upcoming videos, and you will see, and you can follow actually my trades and also my portfolio performance. Cheers.